Is Dara Connolly as and I dare you to be more impactful and influential when speaking in front of an audience. Today, I wanted to step out a little bit to go a little bit behind the scenes. Often I talk about how to be impactful speaking at meetings or on stage, but today I want to talk about how to be impactful during a sales call so you can sell anything to anyone. Huh? Let's do it. Came up with this topic because so many of my clients need help in this area where they are more impactful on a sales call so they can close the deal. And I know this is such a common thing where people have very low sales conversion. I was on a call with someone I met on LinkedIn who was talking. She's a sales guru, and I forget the exact number, but most people's sales conversions are between 3 and 5%. And I said, "Wow, I have like over 85% closure rate." And I'm on the call because I want to get that to 100%. And everybody was kind of like looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" It doesn't matter what the number is for you. We can all improve a little bit more. And I don't like to use the word sales or selling because I don't think of it like that. I've never taken a sales course. It's more about connecting with people and offering your services and seeing if it's a fit. So when you go at it from that standpoint, connecting, not selling, you will be more successful. And I know for a lot of people, this is an area that they get a little uncomfortable with because they're not used to talking about what they do. They don't know how to present the offer without sounding sleazy or, too salesy because we're so used to that in our culture. But let me give you some tips. And one of the ways that I focus on connecting when I'm talking to somebody is I stay 100% present in the moment. And my job when I am on a call with a potential client is to just listen. I really want to understand their concerns, know where they're coming from, make sure I'm getting a full picture of the struggle that they're having. And so I'll ask lots of questions. That's all I'm doing in the beginning is listening, asking questions. And in the beginning, I wasn't very good at it because I didn't listen. It's actually not as hard as you think if you struggle with closing. It's because you're probably talking too much. The other person isn't feeling heard. So if you can spend more time listening and really understanding where are they getting stuck and where do they need help, then you're more likely to be the right person to help them. So when the person feels heard and they're telling you about the problem, what's going to naturally happen is a gap is going to uncover from where they are to where they want to be. I'm nervous to speak on stage. I'd like to be a professional speaker. There's a huge gap. Converting enough clients. I'd like to make more money. There's a huge gap. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Listen carefully for the gap of where they are to where they want to be. And once you understand that, then you can assess if this is somebody that you can actually help close that gap. Really be clear on the gap so I know where they want to go. You have to know what their outcome is. What is their motivation? Once you know their motivation, for example, if somebody says, I'm really struggling in business, I'm having a hard time making money, been at this for so long, I don't know if I need to go back to corporate. Then what I want to do is paint a different picture for them. I want to paint a picture of, can you imagine or can you feel what that final result of making money as an entrepreneur would feel like, where you can take more vacation, you don't have to work 40 hours a week. Paint the picture for them because people are visual picture of where they want to be using graphic language that helps them picture it. Feel like to be so excited that you just closed your largest client ever. So I'm painting a visual picture for them so they can get excited about the outcome. People don't buy when they're not excited. You're more likely to have a client hand over a large sum of money when they're excited about something and they want it. So your job is to create that excitement around it. You should be excited about the services you could provide to help them get there. You're finding a way to connect. Find some part to connect with them. It could be you live in the same town as them, you both love dogs, you both love to travel to Australia. Whatever it is, you are establishing a connection. People buy from those that are like them and feel that they resonate with them. So show that you're like them in some way. It could be a quick story, 2, 3 sentence story of how you are connected to them and you understand some part of what they're going through or something they've mentioned. So connection is a way to build rapport, and people, again, will do business with those they like. And when you put all this together, right, we talk about listening, We talk about uncovering what the gap is of where they want to go, what motivates them, getting them excited about that final outcome and connecting with them. And really, the next step is offering your service. The offer is not, you're not trying to persuade anybody at that point. You're just saying, well, here's my services, or here's what I'd like to tell you a little bit about how I work. Would you like to learn more? Then it's just a natural flow because when you've done the pre work before the offer, offering is easy. A lot of times, what happens is clients are jumping to their offer. They get on the call, the person says, thank you for spending a little time with me today. I would love to know more about what you do. Tell me how much your services are. And then they tell them. There's no point in giving a price at that point. If you're just throwing out a number, there's no emotion to it. It's if I walk down to the car dealership right now and I see this beautiful Mercedes that I want to drive, and I say to the guy, wow, that's a really nice car. How much is it? If he blurts out 150,000, I'm going to go, whew, that's too much. I'll walk away. But instead, what do? Why don't you sit in it, test drive it, feel that leather. Wow, do you feel how the convertible comes off and your wind blowing through your hair? And look at all these functions that it does. I'm getting emotionally involved in it. Then, after I'm excited about the product, I could say, well, how much is it? Well, I have lots of great options for you of how you can afford this car. And then they give you the price after I'm emotionally attached to it. So we do not lead with the price. The price comes at the very end. Don't be afraid to be a little bit more expressive, to connect with their emotions, to be vulnerable. Put yourself in their shoes, right? A lot of times when we're the expert, we forget what it feels like to be the beginner. Take yourself back. I know what that feels like. I know how frustrated you are. I want to help. When you position yourself as the expert and you convince them of why your product or service is the best, there's really no selling involved. It's quite easy. So this is just a quick video on this topic, since so many people have been asking me, how do you close more calls? If you're not able to close quite yet and you're still getting no's, it's okay. You need to get a ton of no's before you get a yes. If you need more help with this, please reach out to me, because I'd love to hear how you're doing it and we can role play and go through it together. And the clients I work with really see a significant increase after they work with me. I have tons of testimony on my website about this, because when you speak in a way that's authentic and focuses on connection, you are able to really touch on a part of a person that wants to buy. And I am happy to help you close more so you can get to that 100% close. Are you ready to click and work together? I dare you. Oh, one more thing. I want to make sure I add this in here. Once you say the price, stop talking. I notice a lot of people blow deals because they're not able to hold the silence. General strategy and sales, like, again, I haven't taken a sales course, where they say the first person who speaks after the price will lose the negotiation. Say your price, sit confidently, and let them decide. See you soon.